What is going on, everybody? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time of day it is for you. It's your boy Aeronation. Today, another morning sesh. Today is definitely going to be a lot more of a downer episode, unfortunately, because of all the different news that's been dropping over the last couple days. Let me get the music going. All right, there we go. All right, and yeah, with all that being said, I'm gonna give a couple minutes, let people get in here. Just a reminder that obviously with this on, if you don't know, today is the deluxe edition release date for NCAA, or not NCAA, sorry, it's not called that anymore. College Football 2027 is releasing, and I will be streaming that at 2 or 3 p.m. depending on. We all know how servers and stuff go, launch times of games. But yeah, we'll be streaming that later today, so that's some good news, I guess. But let's before we jump into it, let's go ahead and shout out the chat. How we doing? Glad to see y'all. Backstage videos, Emperor Hound, what is up, guys? Good to see y'all. Like I said, today's episode, it's not going to be as chipper. I'm going to try to be as chippy as I possibly can be, but the news is not great, to be completely honest. Let's see, Emperor Hound, what's up? Let's see, backstage. I've been playing Liza P on my portal. It's got an easy setting now. Oh, sweet. Well, that gives me a reason to pick it up because I really enjoyed the story, or I enjoyed the aesthetic of Liza P, but man, the gameplay, me and RPGs and me and Souls-like games just do not mix. But anyways, with all that out of the way, looks like we got some people coming in now. So we're just going to go ahead and, this is going to be, shockingly, this is going to be the smaller of the two news stories we're covering today, because I'm just going to say, Xbox has decided to do some things. So yeah, let's see, Emperor Hound, 48 to 72 hours with no electricity, finally back to civilization. Dang! Well, that sucks, Emperor Hound. I'm glad that you have power now. But, I'll definitely be praying for you that everything works as it did before. But yeah, also before I start on these stories, all the stories that we're covering today, these aren't news reports, these aren't journalist speculation. These articles are directly from the horse's mouth. No, oh well, what if this? Oh, what if that? No, this is directly from the source. Yeah, everything seems to be good now. Awesome. That's good. All right. So the first thing we're going to be talking about today is the thing most people probably already know about, but I just kind of wanted to touch on it. You mean the pony's mouth? So yes, from the pony's mouth, but also from Mother Xbox herself, Usher. But we'll get into that here in a little bit. But this is something that most people probably already heard about. Physical disc production ending in January 2028 for new games releasing on PlayStation consoles. And this was posted on July 1st over on the official PlayStation blog. So, like I said, straight from the horse's mouth. There is no speculation. There is no, oh, well, this is what it could mean. No, they literally just, they said it out loud publicly. The robots are included too. Oh no! We'll just read this real quick. In response, let me get my highlighter. In response to shifting trends in consumer preference, new games will be released on PlayStation Store and at retailers in digital formats only. As consumer preferences and the broader entertainment industry continue to shift away from physical disc to digital, physical game disc production for all new games releasing on PlayStation consoles will be discontinued starting January 2028. Following this date, new games will be available on PlayStation Store and at retailers in digital formats only. This transition has no impact on games that already released or will be releasing prior to January 2028 in disc format. This is a natural direction for Sony Interactive Entertainment to adapt to consumer trends as the general preference for digital media significantly outpaces physical disc. This transition will enable us to align more closely with how most of our community prefers to access and play games today. We'll continue to prioritize our resources to drive innovation in how players can access games and provide choices as to where players prefer to purchase new games, whether that's at retailers or PlayStation Store. We remain committed to delivering a world-class gaming experience to our fans, and we thank you for your continued support. Okay, I have a lot to say about this. This specifically because I grew up on PlayStation, okay? Like, all I knew was with PlayStation was discs. Well, obviously when I first started, because I started on the PS1, PS2, and eventually ended up with a PS3, had a PS4, have a PS5, still have a PS4 Pro. But, like, I understand, part of me understands why they're doing this, but the other part of me is like, okay, so obviously business is going to business, follow the money, all that fun stuff. But where, like, following the money's only going to get you so far. Like, yeah, it's going to help you increase your financials year over year, but it's also going to make you look worse and worse and worse over time to your consumer base that loves physical media. Oh, hey, great. Well, good to see you, man. Glad you can make it. Yeah, right now we're just talking about the whole PlayStation saying discs are going bye-bye in January 2028, and just kind of giving my thoughts on it. Yeah, like I was saying, though, I really don't get... Like, again, I get it, but I don't. Like, I get it from the business side. Business has to business. The needle has to constantly be moving up. The needle's not moving up. Everything is a abject failure in the eyes of the company. But, again, physical media holds a special place to a lot of us because you bought the disc, you owned the disc. You owned the content on the disc. Now, everything goes digital. Where's ownership? Gone. It's a figment of the imagination. Unless you still hold on to GOG. Which, if you haven't heard of GOG, you're probably not on PC. GOG is a DRM-free retail storefront for purchasing digital games. And they also do a lot of stuff with old games, which kind of the name implies it. GOG, G-O-G, good old games. It's in the name. But yeah, DRM is becoming an increasingly more and more serious issue for the average consumer than it should have ever been, in my personal opinion. But yeah. Let's see here. Great Wall, the biggest issue with digital is not owning anything and the ability for the company to close your account and block you from the platform. Yep. See, Emperor Hound, yeah, and KFC and Domino's Pizza have been clowning that announcement since it came out. Dude, like, not to get political, but they were even talking about it on CNN. Like that should tell you something right there, that, like, mainstream news is picking up this story and running with it. But, you know, we all know how mainstream media works. It just, man, we're not going to get into that. But anyways, see, then you know it's bad. Yeah. Yeah, I saw the Domino's thing talking about, oh, we're no longer going to be serving physical pizzas. You can check out our digital catalog. But I really thought that was funny, and, you know, rightfully so. I think it's great when these companies clown each other when they make stupid decisions. And, you know, like, and also too, stupid decision is relative depending on which side you're on. Like, for us, obviously it makes sense for us because we're the consumer. We want to get the best deal that we possibly can without having to spend an arm and a leg or bend over backwards just to be able to get the thing that they're selling. But like what Great Wall was saying, though, yeah, the ownership thing is a big proponent to it, or a big component to it, I should say. But it's just one of those things where it's we gave, and now they're take rights, ownership, all of it. Like, and also too, like, I forgot to pull an article up for it, but I saw a thing talking about how with PlayStation, I just lost my train of thought. I had a really good point to make right there. Anywho's, but yeah, I don't killing digital or killing physical is only going to make digital more expensive, and it sucks because I think that's what they want to go towards, is having it to where Oh, and now I remember what I was going to say. The whole, if you go, I think it's, what, 36 months without accessing your PlayStation account, they can just delete it like it didn't exist. Ridiculous. Hey, what's up, Pushing Polygons? Maybe Sony won't listen, but have you signed the petition? I have not, but as soon as if you can send me a link to that on Discord, I'd be more than happy to sign it. Same for how, yep, wipe it after 36 months. Yep. And like for me, I don't turn my PlayStation 5 on all that much anymore. Now that I have a PC, it rarely get, like right now, it's not even plugged up to power. It's just not. I'm not really playing anything on it. Like I know at some point I want to go and finish Saros, because great game, story, meh, in my opinion. But I thought the gameplay was top tier. But yep, I don't understand why Sony just continues to make these decisions that makes them look like an evil overlord, because that's exactly how they're acting. Let's see, which is stupid. Now people will literally either move to PC or Xbox. Yeah, and that's the thing too that I feel like a lot of people aren't talking about. Most people are saying PC or Xbox. Where is Switch in this equation? How does Nintendo get their platform to be a part of the conversation? Because, like, I mean, perfect example, Nintendo has a price hike coming for the Switch 2 in September, on September 1st. It goes up $50, which, granted, in the grand scheme of things, it's the smallest price increase, but also, though, what you get with the Switch 2 isn't in my opinion, isn't as a complete package as PlayStation or Xbox is. Let's see, Great Wall, Nintendo is going to be king in Japan. I don't know about that, to be completely honest. Because, like, while Nintendo does have home court advantage or home field advantage, some of the stuff I've seen, especially with some of the sales charts for Japan, Xbox outsold the OG Switch. I think it was last month. PlayStation was struggling. Japan's a toss-up, in my opinion. The Great Wall, it'll be $500, which was the launch price for the Xbox and PS5. I think Switch 2 is actually going to be the main system going forward, but we'll see. Hey, and if that's how you want to do it, more power to you. I still stand behind wanting. I am really intrigued to see how Modern Warfare 4 runs on it. Like I'm genuinely intrigued. The Switch 1 outsold PS5, and Switch 2 has been outselling everything. Yeah. Oh, and also too, if you like you just said though, the price, it's the cheapest of the three. So most people are going to go towards the place they can play it the cheapest, as long as the games they want to play are on that system. Which, with the Switch 2, it's becoming less and less of a problem. Like, the Wii U had nothing but issues with third-party support. The Switch 1 had initial issues with getting third-party support. But the Switch 2 has just been go, 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 go. But, yeah, the Switch, I don't want to say the Switch 2 is objectively a bad console. It has its use cases. It's just, for me, its use cases compared to the other tech that I have is kind of redundant. So yeah, I'm talking about Japan specifically. PlayStation had to come out with a Japan PS5 to try and compete with Nintendo because Nintendo had a Japan. See, I didn't know that. I knew Nintendo had a Japan specific model, which is also getting that price increase too. But I didn't know that PlayStation had a PS5 that was dedicated solely for Japan. Makes sense, though. But here's the thing. Hey, Xbox. You're based in the States. Where's our USA-only Xbox? Like, if the other two are going to do it, why isn't Xbox doing it? I just now thought about that. And it's kind of crazy to think about. Oh, Japan, the price increase for the Japan exclusive model for the Switch 2 has already happened. Okay, I wasn't aware of that. I thought it took place during the other price hike, or not other, but you know what I mean, the one in September. But it's going to be, it's with all everything that's going on in gaming right now, things are going to get very, very interesting very, very quickly. And whether it's good or bad is up to your interpretation at this point, which the games industry as a whole is just a bunch of opinions. And it's just a matter of time before certain opinions get traction and are actually truthful, and then there's other opinions that are just blatant BS that amounts to nothing and never comes to meaning anything. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have for the PlayStation thing with discs. It's like, it sucks that they're getting rid of it, but I mean, their internal not marketing, but their internal metrics show, according to them, their internal metrics show that most people are buying digital, which that's not what's the word? I forgot. Let's see. The Great Wall. I think Nintendo's last Direct showed how publishers and devs are going to support the system. Kingdom Hearts 4 and Final Fantasy 7 Revelation Day 1 is a good sign. Yes. That is... Well, here's the thing, though, too. The Switch 2 ports need to start coming out day and date. Not 3 months later, 6 months later, a year later, or, God forbid, even longer. That needs to stop. Because I really think if these third parties can't get their games out day and date with everything else, it's really going to start affecting the Switch 2. I think it's going to get to a point where if Nintendo doesn't keep this pattern up that they're doing, they're going to end up falling flat on their face. See, agreed. I'm sure some of it had to do with the system being new and the dev kits taking a while to roll out. Yeah, and that makes sense. And I understand that. And also too, I'm not throwing shade per se at these devs that are doing that. But it's like, come on, like you can get PC, PS5, and Xbox out on the same day, but Switch 2 is lagging behind because dev kits. Like, at some point, the dev kit, not excuse, but reality, people just aren't going to care. The Emperor Hound, well, that metric has included both first-party, third-party, and indie games. I actually hadn't thought about that, but you are absolutely right. See, I'm sounding like a big Nintendo fanboy. That's fine because I am, lol. I like the other systems too, but with kids, Nintendo is the system for my household. Yeah, and perfect example. Like, for your use case scenario, it works perfectly for you. Like, you have kids, and Nintendo is already known for being a family-derived console. Like, it's meant for families, friends. It's meant to be social. And I think, to some extent, PlayStation and Xbox could take some notes from Nintendo. I mean, when's the last time a party game came out for the PlayStation or the Xbox that was first party? I think the last party game, if you want to call it a party game, would be Destruction All-Stars on PS5, and See, alright, we're getting the PC handheld, no more Nintendo don't. Yeah, because the ROG Ally X does what Nintendo don't. See, my kids all did love Astrobot and Astro's Playroom. Xbox and PlayStation both need more kid-focused games. I see where you're coming from with that. I would word it more. Nintendo or Xbox and PlayStation need more, well, party-based games. We'll just say party. Party pretty much sums up all of that. And if we're also, though, too, if we're handing out handhelds, I'll take one. But no, that actually reminds me, I think this week I'm going to try to put some more time into my Steam Deck, just so I can actually say I'm using it. Because I'm genuinely not even really touching it. Like, the last time I touched it, I downloaded some games on it, and it didn't even boot up a singular game. Like, it's still sitting in its case. See, pushing polygons, well, kid-friendly and party games aren't one and the same. Yeah, okay, I can't think of the word, but there is a word that combines the two. I just can't think of what the term would be. I was in my brain, I was taking the term of party games and taking like your arcade racing, your Bluey games, Fall Guys, stuff like that. But I see what you're saying though. Yeah, the terms aren't exchangeable. Fun platform. Yeah, E for everyone. Yeah, there we go. There we go. They need more E for everyone games. But here's the problem with that though. A lot of them can't get the E for everyone rating because they have microtransactions. And those microtransactions make it technically gambling, which pushes it into T for teen. And that's what a lot of these developers are pushing. Which I'm kind of glad live service is kind of, I don't want to say dying yet, but it's losing. It's losing a lot of wind from its sales for sure. See, Emperor Hound, hello, Delios. Let's get that set up ASAP. Yeah. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead, unless anyone else has anything else to say about PlayStation, we're gonna move on to the meat and potatoes of today's show. So I'll just give a minute for everyone to type out the last thoughts, to have anything else they want to add to it before we very abruptly move on. Let me go ahead and get the... Alright, let me get the music reset so I ain't gotta worry about it. See, did you see that they're closing the factory? What factory? Ion Storm! The man, the myth, the storm is here. Ladies and gentlemen, don't forget to check me and Ion Storm out tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for Gaming News Live, where I will definitely be going deeper into the next topic. See, closing, and that's what triggered all of this. Oh, you talking about like the discs? Like they actually announced they were closing the factory that makes the discs or whatever, I'm assuming. The Abraham PlayStation has become the Leon of the gaming world. I'll pretend I know who that is. The one that makes this. Okay. Yep. Or they're retooling. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I didn't even hear that the actual factory announced it was closing. I just heard that PlayStation was like, guess what? January, this game. Done. Bye. See ya. See, Great Wall. Yeah, I was thinking they were going to retrain them. I heard it was for AI. Maybe. I say, honestly, it's going to be a fun show. Just finished working another heat wave in the UK. Oh, Don Carleon. Okay, I understand what you mean now, Emperor Hound. Yeah, but Ion, we're having a heat wave over here. Like, it's not even noon. It's 85 degrees with a high, I think today's high is like 91, 92. And I'm getting the freaking hiccups. It happened the other day, dude. It took me like 30 minutes to get rid of some freaking hiccups. Corleone. Yeah, there we go. Hey, see, we're all getting smarter, okay? We're learning things. But anyways, we're gonna go ahead and jump over to what Asha Sharma had to say on a X post this morning. So here we go. This is gonna be deep, guys. So strap in, strap on, whatever you need to do. All right, here we go. This is directly from Asha Sharma over on X, Twitter, whatever you want to call it. But appreciate you for swinging by Ion Storm. And look forward to our conversation tomorrow, talking about all this once we have a more info on it. Anyways, all right. So directly from Asha Sharma over on X, this is an important email sent today to all employees at Xbox. Team, we're beginning the most significant restructure in Xbox history. After careful consideration, I've made the difficult decision to reduce our team by approximately 3,200 throughout fiscal year 27. This will include approximately 1,600 role eliminations today. 1,600 people lost their job today. Anyways. And in addition, 4 studios will leave Xbox to new management. I recognize that a year-long restructuring creates additional challenges. Unfortunately, it is not possible to make all the necessary changes in a single day, and I wanted to be direct about the scale. Which, you know, that little paragraph right there, I'll give her a little bit of kudos. That was pretty well worded, given the what she's talking about. See, I know I'm going to take pauses and look at chat between this, because this, guys, I'm not kidding y'all. This is a long email. Let's see, the Great Wall. Microsoft Xbox has laid off like 20,000 plus employees since last year. Yeah. Well, see, and that's the thing that Microsoft, I think Microsoft started doing their restructuring, and then now they're basically forced to restructure because the AI bubble it's not burst yet, but it is heavily deflating at a rapid pace. Let's see, Emperor Hound, Usher whispering in the people getting fired today. All right, yeah, that's one way to put it. Hey, Ryther, good to see you, buddy. Welcome in, welcome in. All right, let's continue this, because like I said, it's going to take me forever to get through this if I don't just rush through it. Not rush, but get through it. I know this is painful. These changes will directly affect people who have poured their creativity into building Xbox. Many joined us through acquisitions, while others were recruited here, or sought us out because they loved this industry and loved Xbox. Today's decisions do not reflect their talent or dedication. I feel like some it does. Our business today is not healthy. Way to state the obvious. We are operating at margins that are 3 to 10x lower than comparable platform and publishing businesses. We entered Gen 9 with a smaller install base and a higher cost structure. To grow, we bet on Game Pass, multi-platform, and a broader portfolio of content. While those businesses have created meaningful value, they did not grow at a pace we expected. As that happened, our core business weakened, and we added more teams, more investment, and more time, hoping for a better outcome. And now the industry is facing the most severe hardware crisis in its history. We must reset Xbox. Yeah, I was watching Destin Legary's video earlier. That's how I found out about this. So shout out to Destin. And from the way that he worded it, basically for every $100 million Xbox spends, they're losing roughly $64 million of that $100 million investment. Which, who let that go on for as long as it has? Get them out, which I'm pretty sure that's kind of the whole point of what they're doing. But also too, mass layoffs are not really, in a traditional sense, they're not good from the industry, but with how tumultuous, I think that's how you say the word, the industry is right now as a whole, it's one of the things where it's like, well, do we root for the company to die, or do we allow them to let people go? And it's one of the things where it's like, well, the humanitarian in me is like, well, that sucks. Nobody should lose their job. But at the same time, it's like, well, for the business to be healthy, it has to make money. If it's not making money, it's not a business. It is a charity. Thank you, Pushing Polygons. Appreciate that. The Great Wall. I feel like Microsoft has always been willing to lose money to win in the long run. Emperor Hound. Yes, I did. I will do it again. That's another reason why I like this microphone. It's because of that specific feature. But yeah, it seems like to me Xbox tried to pivot in so many different directions all at the same time, and was hoping that one of them was going to be the one that would pull them into next gen, and none of it did any of that at all. But anyways, I'm going to continue this because, like I said, this is a long read. All right, first we will reset our content portfolio. Since 2018, we have aggressively expanded our studio portfolio, while the number of games created each month across the industry now outpaces the last 10 years combined. So for every month of this year that games come out, each month by itself is more games being pumped into the industry than the last decade combined. That's a lot of freaking games. Yeah, Emperor Hound. Yeah, this is the HyperX Quadcast 1. They have a new one. It's 2.0 edition. But yeah, I think it's great. It's a USB mic. You don't need a sound. What is it called? You don't need a soundboard to be able to control it and use it. You just plug and play. But anyways, let's see. Ryther 30FX plus studios and doing what? Yoga? Yeah, to an extent. See, pushing polygons was so damn old that I remember when maybe there were 3 games a month. Yeah. Dude, like even in the early 2000s, like you were lucky to get several heavy hitters a month. Like that was a pipe dream. That was a fever dream back in the day. Now it's, you want a game? Go look on Steam. 100+ games that come out in the last, probably, I don't like this isn't actual numbers, I'm just pulling this out of my butt. But oh yeah, there's 100 games that just came out. The Emperor Hound, it's HyperX. I have a USB one as well. That came with boom arm and cover. Nice. Yeah, this just came with the mic, and then it comes with its own little like metal stand for you to put it on a desk. But it actually already has the mounting bracket that you need to put it up to an arm. So, but anyways, let's get back to this. We now find ourselves competing not only with the largest publishers, but also with smaller independent studios. That is because y'all couldn't figure it out, so these indie studios are like, you know what? We're just going to start putting stuff out. See what happens. Indies are killing it right now. You cannot say it, and there's no other way. And when it comes to AAA versus indie, obviously not by revenue streams, obviously, because the games are more expensive in the AAA market, but like the amount of posts people are making about indie games, the amount of volume that some of these indie games are selling, it's crazy. Hey Seth, what's up, buddy? Glad you made it. You're a little late, but you know, late's better than never. Also, since he is in here, shout out Seth Monsters for being a Patreon member and supporting the show directly. Thank you for that, Seth. And just a quick little self-promo, if you're interested in supporting what I do, there's a Patreon. There's a $5 tier and a $10 tier, depending on how much you want to support the channel. And neither tier are required. But just letting y'all know that if you are a Patreon member, we will be doing the Patreon stream this Saturday. I will announce it later this week. But anyways, back to the news. Like Emperor Hound said, it is neither possible nor desirable to own every great independent studio. It is desirable. That's what they were originally. I have a feeling that's what they were originally going towards, which PlayStation was doing the same thing with money hatting. It's like, well, we can't buy every studio, so why don't we just money hat most of the good games? And it worked for a while. We also have learned that we are not the best home for every type of studio. In a typical year, we lost 64 cents for every dollar we invested, which is what Destin's video was talking about. As we reset Xbox, we will help independent creators succeed by providing open development tools and audiences to realize their vision. And then here's where the really, well, this is stuff we kind of already knew was in the pipeline, but it's not as bad as we thought that it was going to be. Compulsion Games and Double Fine Productions will return to management and transition to independent studios with their IP, catalog, and runway for their next games. Basically, they're saying, you know, we're not going to be financing y'all anymore going forward, but we will give you the means necessary to complete your next project so that you can self-fund or that you can find investors, which I think that's actually pretty cool. Instead of just, you know, cold turkey, you're done. We ain't making money off you. We're closing you. They're actually allowing the studios to go back to what they were prior to being folded into Microsoft or Xbox. Yeah, Great Wall, it seems pretty generous. Yeah. That's my thought process on it. It's like, well, look at what the alternative could have been. They could have just nuked the studio and called it a day. They're actually trying. And then again, it sucks that people are losing their job, but it's like, well, do we want people to be employed or do we want good games? There is a world where we can have both, but it's not going to be the high quantity of either or. It's one or the other. But anyways, Ninja Theory and Undead Labs have entered terms to join new ownership with funding to complete and grow Senua and State of Decay 3, which that has me concerned with how those games will interact with Game Pass going forward, because I believe both of them were shown off as day one with Game Pass. So they might that might be some sticky situations they got to work through. In France, Arcane's management is beginning required consultation with its Works Council to review potential strategic options, which, from what I've heard, the rumor is the strategic option is Arcane merging with Machine Games. That's what I've heard, and that there's supposedly a rumored, not Watch Dogs, Wolfenstein TV show in the works, allegedly. Alright, and let's see here. Alright, we are also making reductions across other units and in some cases shifting investment to focus on higher priority projects. These changes vary in size across Activision, Bethesda, ZeniMax, Blizzard, King, Mojang, and Xbox Game Studios. None of our first-party publicly announced games or projects are being canceled as part of these reductions, which that right there should tell you what you need to know. Blade is not going anywhere. Blade is still happening. It just looks like it might be being restructured. So Emperor Hound, those two games are already contracted to be in Game Pass directly on day one, so those will be funded and published without much issue. It's what comes after. Yeah. I think that's kind of what I was alluding to. I guess I wasn't doing a good job of it, but yeah, I would think that with them, these two games, well, Senua less so, but State of Decay 3, like that comes out this year, doesn't it? I believe. I'm pretty sure it comes out this year. It's either this year or spring of next year. But it's like that game is so close to the finish line, there's no point in changing or altering anything that is going on with it. But alrighty. I think we're about halfway, guys. We're halfway. I believe Emperor House talking about State of Decay and Senua. I believe that's what we were referring to. But let's see here. Alright, here we go. Alright, in addition, Mojang and King will now report directly to me. These two studios have increasingly become platforms and are our largest by monthly active players. They bring critical geographic, demographic, and differentiation to Xbox. Try saying that sentence 5 times fast. Okay, Senua. Thank you, Pushing Polygons. Yeah, Senua is next year. And so is State of Decay 3. Right there, you really think Blade's dead? I mean, granted, we haven't really seen anything, but they keep saying, it's still in production, it's still coming. But, I understand where you're coming from, though. It's like, well, we haven't really seen anything. All we keep hearing is, we're still working on it. Well, can you show us what you're working on? Because it's been, 2 years now since we had that short CGI trailer showing Blade? But, anywho, second, we will reset our platform. We know that great technology gets better when it gets simpler, not bigger. Today, in some parts of the company, work passes through as many as 14 layers of management. We kind of already knew this, but it's worse than we thought. Our platform teams are 40% larger than they were at the start of this generation. This generation that they immediately started losing out the gate. So there's that. Even as our player base and playtime have declined, that complexity has slowed decisions, blurred accountability, and made it harder to deliver for players. As we reset Xbox, we will simplify. See, Pushing Polygons, King and Mojang reportedly reporting directly to Asha is that these are our crazy money makers, and I want to make sure they continue to be. Yeah, I can get behind that. That's how it kind of came across for me. It's like, hey, these things are keeping the lights on. We need to make sure these things continue to keep the lights on so that we can do other things in the long term. Let's see, right there, there will be only one blade. The curse is real. I don't know. I guess I'm more hopeful than anything it doesn't get canceled. Like, even like Blade's not a massive tentpole character for me personally. I know who he is. I like Wesley Snipes, but I'm not ingrained in that franchise like a lot of other people are. The Great Wall, Minecraft and Candy Crush are dude, they are. And I say this. Oh, let's see here, Seth. Seth Moss is funny. We were told that King was the jewel of the ABK deal. Now we are finding out it's true. Yeah. Well, you got to think, and I don't take this what I say the wrong way. What are the two biggest demographics of people that have the most amount of time to play games? Kids, stay-at-home moms. They get the stay-at-home moms with Candy Crush. They get the kids with Minecraft. And then whatever comes out for dad that dad gets to play for 5 minutes once every 2 weeks. So I'm pretty sure Mojang will push funding to other games. Yeah. And maybe that's what they're trying to do. Maybe that's what this whole reset is for. Getting their financials right, having the funds to do the things instead of doing the thing and then looking for the funds after the fact and then complaining that, oh, well, our metrics suck. Well, duh. No, duh. Seth Moss says, old people and young people. Yep. No, you're not wrong, Seth. So Emperor Hound, keep in mind, Minecraft is also mobile. Oh, yeah, Minecraft's on everything. Like, honestly, at this point, I feel like if enough people had smart refrigerators... Actually, no, it doesn't even matter because the smart refrigerators are Android-based. Minecraft's already on Android. You can already play Minecraft on a fridge. What am I even talking about here? That's already a thing. Let's see, and Great Wall and $1 billion movie franchise now. That in itself is wild. Like I'm gonna watch the movie at some point. Let me make sure the music didn't change. All right, let me go back 2 more. There we go. All right. Let's finish this. All right, let's see here. Pushing polygons. If Halo Studios doesn't end up under Activision, then I think that studio should have been moved directly under Asha too. You know what? That's actually not a bad idea. But I mean, I don't know. I'm kind of back and forth on whether I like that or not. They pushing basically as a special project to get it. Okay, so like a one-time thing. Hey, Activision, what can you do to make Halo more Halo-y without turning it into Call of Duty? Or if there's anybody still there that worked on Destiny. So right there, I actually kind of like that idea. See, I like it, but I don't. Like, on the surface, it sounds good. You know, it's known for fast-paced, first-person combat. On the surface, sounds great. But then you look into it, and it's like, well, if you put it on Halo, Halo's just going to divulge into Doom, in my opinion. See, Seth Monsters, no, Asha has no idea about game dev. I guess I can kind of see that thought process. as you know, she wasn't in the games industry, but it seems like she's actually like legitimately trying to understand the industry. And for that, I'll give her kudos for that. We need more people in management like that, that's actually willing to say, hey, you know what? None of this is working. Let's just get back to the drawing board and make something from the ground up that's actually sustainable. See, backstage, I'm all in for Halo being placed under Activision. Yep, but I think I like the way Pushing Polygons said it. A one-time, one-off. If it does good, cool. Let Activision have more say-so in it. If it does bad, Halo Studios goes bye-bye and Halo goes dormant for a while. Unless there's another studio someone can think of that could actually make a good Halo game. But that's just my opinion. See, Pushing Polygons, it isn't necessarily about game dev, it's about getting decisions made and a little cut and dry. Yep, I agree with that, Pushing Polygons. See, Seth Monsters, but development of a game is another story. Managing it is her best place. Get her too close to dev and it's a disaster. That also too, facts, Seth. Straight facts. Decisions are fine. Yep, let's see, right there. They could mix id with Halo Studios and create something new. I don't think that's their goal though. I think their goal is to keep Halo as big as it possibly can be for as long as it possibly can be. But the issue is now they basically have to rebuild Halo from the ground up because people didn't like the direction they were going with 5 and Infinite. I'm actually enjoying the story of Infinite. I still haven't finished it, but also, you know, all the festivities around America celebrating 250 years of independence, you know, kind of got lost. Let's see, Pushing Polygons, Pushing Polygons, the idea would be if she's direct studio head or project management lead of the studio, so she'd have more updates more often. That makes sense. Seth Monsters, all they need to do is a Halo X COD crossover. I don't think that would go as good as it sounds like it should. The Emperor Hound, I disagree. She willing to listen to understand the devs and directions of projects to make the cut and dry decisions, as Pushing Polygon said. Yep. Yeah, I don't think that, like, Halo and COD sound like, I guarantee you to for the investors, that sounds like a home run. Like, why haven't we thought about that before? But I don't. So what I'm saying is, again, it sounds good in theory, but in practice, it's like, what are we even doing? So, hey, what's up, Geppetto? Good to see you. Say backstage, imagine a COD Forge mode. That would be cool. Honestly, I don't understand why Call of Duty hasn't done that already. Like, with all the assets and stuff that they built, just take all the assets that they built for the last couple Call of Duty games, put them in a mode, let people make their own maps. That way they don't have, and when people say, oh, we don't like the maps y'all are putting out, right there you go, make your own maps, shut up. But anyways, if I don't get back to this article, we're never going to finish this. The Seth Monsters, I have zero faith in prognostications of their direction. Yeah, it's just like, I'm at the point where it's just I read the news and okay, I guess that's what they're doing for now. And that's the thing too. I think a lot of people need to understand that a lot of these decisions that are being made, they're made in the moment, right here, right now, with things that are going on right now. They're not planning for the future. They're not planning. They are planning, but they're not planning steps from here, how to go from here to there. They're going, okay, well, this works here in this set moment of time, but that set moment of time eventually passes, and then it seems like a lot of these companies are making decisions after that point and then going, why didn't that work? See, for Hound, the fact that she's not a dev means she isn't caught up in the project direction and management decisions. She can see it from an outside perspective. It's because of people that were close to the devs that Xbox is in the situation that it is now. You know what? That's a very articulate way of putting it. Yeah, she has no dev knowledge. She's just coming in and being a force to be reckoned with, for the most part. I mean, I haven't really seen a whole lot of stuff that she's done where I'm like, oh, that's a terrible decision for Xbox. Well, on the surface, it may look like it, but the more stuff, obviously, the more information comes out, the more of a nuanced understanding we have of things, and the better we are at making a assumption. See, push thumbs up. Yep. Pedo. So here's the problem with Xbox. They bought all these studios to make content to Game Pass. They were told they were making games that were not being sold, but then no one else bought Game Pass. Yeah. Oh, and see, that's the thing that concerns me with all these studios being spun off into independent studios. It's like, okay, so are you gonna continue to go the route like you did with Toys for Bob, where you let them out of their contract, or not exclusivity, but yeah, just out of their contracts? Like that was half of your Game Pass catalog for the next 2 years, and now 4 of the studios are just not a part of Xbox anymore. That's the only way it makes sense for me. Is they have to, like, I'm thinking Xbox is going, all right, somebody else pay the bills to keep the studio lights on, and we will help with games. At least that's how I think it should be, at least. See, the numbers didn't go up, so now they're being fired, consolidated. What they need to do is give the stuff a shot to fail, which they're not doing. Yeah, and they're going more in on safe and what the modern gamer wants, which I hate that term, modern gamer. What does that even mean? Modern gamer. What's the difference between a gamer today than a gamer 30 years ago? Besides the performance and the people making the games. So Imperhound, push upon, thank you. Just seeing it from studying and working in the indie dev side, outside perspective is always a plus. Yep, it is. And also too, the more that these publishers and devs can actually look at things in that light, the better games we're going to get, and the quicker we're going to get them, in my opinion. See, pushing polygons, I'm coming from the business MBA that isn't just concerned about numbers going up perspective. Yep. Seth Monsters, Asha needs to stay in her lane to succeed. Yep, I agree with that. Hey, Matt, what is up, man? Haven't seen you in a minute. Glad you're here, though. Hope you're doing well. See, modern gamer equals it'll be woke trash no one buys, then they'll complain no one bought it. Yeah, and also too, though, like there's some people that are just trying to call every single game that comes out woke, and I'm sorry, I'm sick and tired of hearing about it. It's like, can't you just play the game, and instead of talking about the negativities that everyone else has already talked about ad nauseum, find one positive thing to say about the game. Just one. Uno. See here, see. Matt, doing good things. Great to see you on. Yeah, I'm actually gonna be on twice today, for obvious reasons, which I'll explain this to you. This is a actual football jersey that football players wear. I know y'all are big on soccer or football over there. I have to kick the joke across the pond, okay? But anyways, where was I at? Here we go. See, pushing pollen, I'll say some of it is annoying, some of it is okay. Like Spider-Man with a gun, like, you can make that make sense in canon. Yeah? Yeah, because I still haven't watched it yet, but I'm pretty sure the Spider-Man Noir, pretty sure there's a variant of comics where he had a gun. But also, I'm not a massive, like, I don't claim to know everything about comic books. Let's see, Matt OMG, an American called it football. Don't you have to go do license now? Nah, we're free over here. And now back to the news. Now for something completely different. So, no, I mean the wokeness that was complained about. It's fine. Oh, okay, yeah, I got you. All right, here we go. We will reduce management layers to no more than 5, and where possible, 3. We will deliver success through a flatter organization that is built around makers, individual contributors focused on building. Which, that's kind of what I do. It's what I like doing. Player coaches, leaders who remain deeply involved in the work while developing their own teams, and directly responsible individuals, DRIs, who own key decisions and outcomes, and we will streamline how we work across our tools with a cleaner code base, shared services, and 50% reduced vendor spending. Third, we are resetting how we operate. Oh, do I need to switch my music back over? Yep. All right. Go back to this. All right. Let's see. Pushing polygons. From personal experience, even 4 layers of management can be too much sometimes. Well, see, I get that, but at the same time, you also got to remember too, these corporations are freaking massive. The fact that they're talking about getting down to just a handful of management layers, that's a massive undertaking for any company. That has to be a massive undertaking. Which, I mean, also too, looking at how big Microsoft and Microsoft and Xbox are, makes sense why they got up to so many layers, especially when their company ballooned so freaking fast after COVID. All right. As Xbox grew our headcount, we became more fragmented. Teams, studios, and functions often operate independently, and it became harder to work towards a shared goal, make the right trade-offs, and get things done. For the first time, we are establishing a chief operating officer with end-to-end P&L responsibility across content, hardware, platform, and services. Helen Chiang has been promoted. Sorry if I butchered your name, Helen. Promoted to this role and will report directly to me. Over nearly 2 decades at Xbox, Helen has helped build some of our most important businesses, from Xbox Live to leading Mojang and the Minecraft franchise. She'll bring our businesses together under one operating model, making sure we make clear investment decisions, learn from our successes and failures, and hold ourselves accountable for results. Thank you, Dave McCarthy, who is retiring after 17 years with Xbox. Dave has played a defining role in building the platform that millions of players rely on every day and has been a trusted partner through many of the biggest moments in Xbox's history. We wish him all the best. See, pushing polygons, I won't say what I do, but I work in a group with organization, please count. Okay, gotcha. All right, let's see. These changes are about a bigger future for Xbox, not a smaller one. The next decade of gaming will be larger, more global, and more creative than anything we've seen before. This year, we'll invest as much in Xbox as we ever have, but we'll invest with greater focus, greater discipline, and greater clarity, all in service of making Xbox where the world plays and creates. I'm just going to finish this a little bit up because I do have something to say about that last little bit. I want Xbox to be one of the few companies that entertains more than 1 billion people each day and gives everyone the opportunity to create and connect. I know we can achieve this goal. Xbox has many of the most beloved franchises in entertainment history. Debatable. Talented studios around the world, and we will return to growth in 2027. History is full of companies that mistake longevity for inevitability. We will not be one of them. Asha. Yeah, my issue is them talking about Xbox changes for Xbox's future being bigger, not smaller. And like that, how many times have we heard this? This year, we'll invest as much in Xbox as we ever have, but we'll invest with greater focus, greater discipline, and greater clarity, all in service of making Xbox where the world plays and creates. How many times over the last decade have we heard this? How many? Too many. Too many. So you're gonna have lunch. I'll be back, man. Hey, appreciate you for stopping by, Geppetto. Let's see, Seth Monsters, and we are not bringing back Laura Fryer, who has whined and complained on YouTube incessantly because she's mad she got passed over. Corpo Book Report. Yeah, and I'm tired. I'm just tired. Like, as much as I want to root for Xbox, like as much as I talk crap about PlayStation and Nintendo, I still at the end of the day I want them to succeed. You will never hear me wish for the downfall of these companies. Now, you may hear me say things that are like, "Wow, is this dude really hoping that this company fails?" No, it's just I look at patterns and I'm like, well, this fits a pattern. Okay, let's see what happens. And then go from there. But I'm just tired of hearing that we're gonna, we are, we will. I want to hear we have, we did, it's done. Until Xbox can get those things down, all this restructuring and, well, lack of better terms, bleeding money. It's, I don't know how it's gonna work. See, Matt, not even Nintendo. I would love to see them burn. Yeah, and like I'm not gonna lie, I used to think like that. I don't anymore because I care about the games and the people playing games. What the companies have to figure out on the back end is their issue. It has nothing to do with me. Pushing, see, right there, DEI is killing games. I think DEI is becoming less of an issue, but it's still, I mean, it's one of those things where it's like, it's a lingering byproduct, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Say, pushing polygons. Speaking of Corpo book report, anyone here ever read The Ultimate History of Video Games? I did not. But I feel like in the coming years, I will be picking up more and more, let's call it reading material for that stuff. But yeah, I think that's going to about wrap it up for the news today. Also, just want to give a shout out to every single one of you people that are in here. I appreciate every single one of you guys. Y'all actually got the we actually got and held over 10 concurrent viewers this stream. That's pretty freaking awesome, guys. Y'all should be applauding yourselves. Because we haven't done that in a minute. And yeah, but before I go off on another tangent, schedule for the rest of the week. We have, obviously, College Football 27 drops at 2 p.m. Somewhere between 2 and 3 p.m. I will be streaming that. Tomorrow, 4 p.m., you can catch me on Gaming News Live over on Ion Storm's channel. Wednesday and Thursday, compliments of Seth Monsters. We will be playing Half-Life Alyx on stream Wednesday and Thursday, as long as the VR doesn't mess up. The volume two, it's 2 volumes pushing punk. Dang. Emperor Hound, yeah, that's because I was here. LOL. Matt, I came late. Don't thank me. Hey, you're getting thanked anyways, Matt. But yeah, a lot of content coming to the channel this week, so stay tuned for that. And also, too, like I said earlier, if you do sign up for Patreon, I am doing an exclusive stream over there this Saturday. Like I said, later this week on YouTube, and if I can figure out how to do it on Patreon, I'll put an announcement on the Patreon to remind people of that. Like I said, though, the Patreon is a additional thing. You do not have to do it. It is completely optional. But yeah, again, appreciate every single one of you guys for coming through here. I want to make sure I name all you guys because you guys are freaking amazing. Like, we had backstage videos, Emperor Hound, The Great Wah, Pushing Polygons. Keep scrolling. Ion Storm. Let's see who else. Ryther, Seth Monsters, and Matt. Yeah, and Matt. Yeah, that's everybody. Looking forward to me making videos in the future as well, just game things. Oh, sweet. Yeah, definitely looking forward to that. Also, guys, check out Ion Storm, Emperor Hound, The Great Wall, and I'm sorry if I forgot anybody else, but please make sure you check out the other content creators that hang out around here. They make some pretty cool stuff as well. But that's going to be it for me for right now, guys. I'm going to go get me some grub, and then I will see y'all probably at 3 p.m. We'll shoot for 3 p.m. for the college football stream. But anyways, with all that being said, love you guys very much. Stay blessed. Have a great one. And I will catch y'all in a couple hours. Peace.